Chair, I name it one of the worst places to be. And I'm not going to talk about hell. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about one of the worst places on this earth.
I'll let you use my camera to take a picture of that.
And I want you to think about it, because I want to get some thoughts that you have. We can put it up here, everybody can help write some of our thoughts down. Mindy and I had a good time last week. As I woke up last Sunday morning, this was the content of this message was, that's what I thought about. And this is not one of the worst places to be. This is on the trail when we were, it was the Maryland Trail, Delaware Bike Trail. And it was well paved. It was hot. It didn't rain at all last week there. I mean, the week before. Last week it rained here a lot. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it great after the storm? It's really calm. It's fine. Everything moves out.
Smells fresh.
That was on the trail. Let's see. There's part of the trail. It's covered by this canopy of trees. Squirrel head. That's just off the side of the trail at one point. It's just lush and green. It's just, found this road, Loker Road. That may not mean anything to you. That's my mother's maiden name, Loker. I said, well, I'm in the right spot. Then we saw William Street. You know, everything was going great. You know. And this is just a picture of the falls that Jeff and I, when we went biking, is Brandywine Falls. When we went biking several, I don't know when it was, about a month or so ago.
More water over there.
Yeah, there was more water. It was gorgeous because, well, you know, we've had a lot of water, and water runs off. There's only so much the ground can hold.
It's good. It's good
So
size.
let's go back to our message. One of the worst places to be. What's one of the worst places to be?
California.
Remember, I'm preaching. New York. I'm not going to preach yours.
Oh, California, it's going to fall off into the sea sometime.
My family's out there.
There's many right answers. I mean, you know.
Volcano.
Death Valley.
Yeah.
The desert.
Death Valley, huh?
Desert.
Tornado.
Dark places.
Hospital waiting room.
Utah.
Lost.
Dark places.
Underwater cave.
What now, John?
Underwater cave.
Underwater cave.
Or in a cave.
The Arctic Circle.
Bermuda Triangle.
Between a rock and a hard place.
Lawsville. That's Homer Simpson.
Lost.
In the woods without a gun. I would say
In burial ground.
Lost.
Yeah, lost.
Would you say Orville in July?
Orville?
After the fireworks. During Carney Week.
Orville.
I guess, what is it? It really rained here or something?
Oh, there's a tornado downpour.
We said lost.
It was a thunderstorm downpour that night.
It was a mud cake.
Yeah.
Pray for
In
2
the-
weeks.
Just mud slapping on your legs. Straight.
Lawsville.
Walmart. Oh, I hate Walmart. Especially on a Saturday or Sunday.
Walmart. Okay.
I like Walmart. I like
I'm
Walmart.
not sure if we're going in the right directions, but you know, there are different, and you know, why are these places bad?
Oh, yes.
That's definitely one. That's got to be one. Knocking a brand name here.
I said dark places because when you're in a dark place, you don't see light. You don't see a way out. You don't
Oh,
see
no, damn.
hope. You don't have anything that's a reference. Nothing's familiar.
But you know what? What if you're in a dark place, but you don't know you're in a dark That's one of the worst places, is when you don't know that you're in that bad place. That's a really bad place. Because what do you do at that point?
Flashlight.
Some years ago, I was talking with another pastor. It was Raul Tadeo. Benny and I went down to Mexico for several weeks some years ago. And him and his wife were missionaries in Mexico. It was kind of halfway between the border and Mexico City. One conversation that we had when he was back in the States, he was ministering to somebody and he said, they're in one of the worst places. He says they're a Christian, but they really don't feel like they fit in with the people that are really at church and really going on with God. But they don't fit in with the people of the world either. Because they really don't, they're not into what they used to be into. They're one of the loneliest places. They're in that in-between place. You really are not radically following God, but you're not really into the world. And it's just kind of interesting. We live in a culture that almost promotes that. An in-between place. And just think about the presidents that get elected. They have to be moderates. They can't be too far on the left or too far on the right politically, or else they won't get elected. They have to be in the middle. You can't get too radical. And we sort of live there. It's in the flavor of America. You want to be politically correct, or you don't want to get too far off to the right or the left. Is Jesus a moderate? Was he a moderate? Was he sort of in the middle? And we kind of get into this, we're supposed to be nice. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being kind. But I don't remember any songs where we're saying, we're telling God, we're worshiping Him, oh, you are nice, you are nice. And you're loving Jesus. I don't really think God's nice. He's good. We're just sort of moderates. And there's something that's not really good with that. Well, this is what we're going to get in now. This is a poem that some years ago that I ran across. It's called $3 Worth of God. I'd like to buy $3 worth of God, please. Not enough to explode my soul or disturb my sleep, but just enough to equal a cup of warm milk or a snooze in the sunshine. I don't want enough of God to make me love a black man or pick beets with a migrant. I want ecstasy, not transformation. I want warmth of the womb, not a new birth. I want a pound of the eternal in a paper sack. I would like to buy $3 worth of God, please.